Many thanks for staying with us here on News Desk. Let's return to the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, where we are told that very demonstration by the Senior Staff Association members over there, we are told that that demonstration has just started. We are trying to get in touch with our correspondent on the ground, Raymond Akwa. We've been unable to get him so far. We've been unsuccessful so far, but we are still working the lines. Once we have him, we'll bring you that very demonstration that is going to bring you the very latest on that demonstration. But away from that now, and CenPower Generation Company Limited is celebrating a milestone in its journey to develop its own thermal plant at Pong in the Greater Accra region. The company says the 350 megawatt plant will contribute significantly in addressing Ghana's energy challenges. Speaking at the unveiling of the boring machine and projects update of the company, Vice President Kwesi Emisartha urged CenPower to engage the country's indigenous firms so they can also benefit from technology transfer by the time the project is complete.
CenPower Generation Company Limited is a special purpose vehicle created to develop the CenPower Pong Independent Power Plant, or KIPP, in the Tema Industrial Zone. Scheduled to come on stream in 2017, Pong will be the largest private IPP in the country, accounting for approximately 10% of Ghana's total installed capacity and approximately 20% of its available thermal generation capacity. As a combined cycle gas turbine plant, it will be among Ghana's most fuel-efficient thermal power stations, according to managers. Once in production, the KIPP is expected to become a critical base load component in meeting Ghana's growing electricity demand. At the unveiling of tunnel boring machine and project milestone update in Accra, Vice President Kwesi Emisartha urged the company to focus on the development of local capacity in the construction and operation, as well as management of the power plant.
I've been impressed in two ways: the revolutionary techniques that we've been introduced to, but also the introduction of the employment of people from this area, which supports the government's local content policy. So quite a number of people from the Pong area have been employed in on this project. They're going to learn, they'll be able later on to maintain the facility, and that also helps to secure the future. Thirdly, as I said, we have seen this the tunnel boring technique. I hope that people are also learning, and it is introducing new technology, and will transfer, hopefully, will transfer technology to the people who work in it, and so we'll be able to utilize that technology in the development of pipe laying for the water system and for electricity and so on in the country, which is also good. So in those three instances, this is very good and helps to secure the future. There's only one aspect which I was asking the contractors, whether the employment of people, whether there are also Ghanaian companies that are being used so that they can also learn from that. And I'm going to be taking that up with them, because part of the local content is not just to employ people, but also to be able to transfer technology and make them learn from doing things.
Chief Executive Officer of CenPower Generation Company Limited, Theo Saki, noted they intend to build an economically viable power plant to supply power to the electricity company of Ghana.
We have the vision to be recognized as the best independent power producer in Africa and one of the best in the world in terms of safety, reliability, efficiency, and environmental compliance. We have a significant regard for the environment, Your Excellency. And also for health, safety, and social actions. We have, during the term of the construction period to date, have been working closely with the community, including Niteteotu II, the paramount chief, and his elders, in making sure that as an corporate entity, we recognize the values that the society does have, and we work with them.
It is conservatively estimated that the project will create over 600 jobs at peak of production and 200 permanent jobs thereafter.
Let's now turn our attention to some security issues, and we are told that police in the northern region have intercepted a Kumasi-bound bus containing 320 AK-47 ammunitions and 2 sets of magazines with another bus full of bags of marijuana at Wulugu. 2 persons, Saibu Sando and Mutala Mohammed, who were arrested on the spot with ammunitions, are currently on remand. The police are also preparing for lab tests on the suspected dry leaves found on the bus. Now, joining me over the phone lines now is the Senior Programs Officer of the Small Arms Commission, Johnson Asante Chum, with a lot more on this very one. Because clearly, I mean, seeing that this is an election year, many have raised concerns as to the number of interceptions we've had to make as far as small arms in the country, transportation of small arms in the country is concerned. So, Johnson Asante Chum is joining me now to help us with that very discussion. Mr. Chum, good morning. Many thanks for your time on News, sir.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
So how much of a problem is this? I mean, should we be happy because we are intercepting many more of these very things, or is cause for worry?
Thank you very much. I think that, first of all, we should be happy that the security agencies are, uncovering and are making this arrest and assuring all of us that, they are not sleeping on their job. The other aspect is that we should be concerned also that such volume or quantities of ammunition found its way into our country, first of all, unnoticed. I think that the gentleman initial report from the police indicate that he bought them from Boko some time ago, and one would be tempted to believe that it could be at the height of the conflict in Boko that this person probably might have acquired this ammunition for whatever purpose that he had acquired them. So it's yes and no, but we all need to be concerned, we need to be vigilant, and we need to ensure that, we watch people who we suspect to be doing something untoward and provide the necessary information to the security agencies to deal with it.
From what you said, does it look like a lot is being done to effectively handle this very situation? Because from the account of this gentleman, he was just going to sell this on the open market in the Ashanti region.
I am not sure about the open market, but I'm sure that he was taking it to Kumasi anyway. But as to whether he was going to sell it on the open market is another question altogether. However, what is important is that these things, when people find them, they try to inform the security agencies. In terms of a problem, it is much of a problem because, look, the global ammunition production is ranging between 12 to 14 billion. And that trade alone is worth $4 billion per annum. So it is a problem not only for us in Ghana, but it is a sub-regional problem where insecurity, within our sub-region and violent conflict within the sub-regions from Cote d'Ivoire to other places, Mali, Burkina Faso, makes it easy for people to break into state armories during the height of the conflict and get some of these things out. Now, if you take it beyond our sub-region and also within Africa, and you move to areas such as Libya, the Libyan conflict also have given rise to influx of ammunition within the sub-region. And so it is much of a problem, but then it's a problem that has, been generated by the instability in Africa, particularly the northern part of Africa and then the western part of Africa. Yeah, and that's making it comfortable for these weapons to keep traveling. But I think, by and large, our security agencies are on top of their game.
So there's no cause for alarm, particularly seeing that this is an election year, and this just happens to be just about the third or fourth in as many months we are hearing of such a thing.
Sometimes we should be careful not to link everything to elections. Okay, it just could be that this person is going to trade the weapon, the ammunition for some us just to earn a living, albeit illegal. I don't think that we should quickly link everything to election. We should be concerned that these weapons are coming in. In any other day when we see these things, we should be concerned. Of course, if you say the global trade of ammunition is worth 4 billion, in terms of volume, it may not be much, but look at the cost of life that one ammunition would take. Can we quantify that? So we are very much concerned about, ammunition getting into the hands of wrong people, and we all should be concerned. At any time or any day, we should be very much concerned about it. Yes, election is a possible trigger of violence, but I don't think we should link everything to election. We should be concerned and we should be vigilant and report any suspicious character. Let's not be too worried about these things, but then let's educate ourselves. Let's know where to report these things to. And I think that the police are professional about this. And if you read the report, it's a tip-off that they give them. And I'm sure that, if such information are passed on to the police, they will deal with it. We'll have peaceful elections. And then we'll live in our country peacefully. So let's not panic that elections are coming and arrests are being made. These things have been with us. It is illegal. We shouldn't be happy that they are here. But we shouldn't also panic so much and then link it to elections.
But does this in any way suggest an increase in the proliferation of arms in the country?
Certainly so. Not putting my finger on this particular arrest, but of course, for a study that we have done with the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, we can say yes, the proliferation has been on the increase from the last 10 years. What we have seen now is about 2.3 million weapons in circulation, with just a little around 53% of them being legal, and that is what the police has record of, telling us that a little also around 47% of weapons in circulation, we have no record of them, and that in itself tells us that the proliferation is higher.
But any reason for such an increase, really?
Several reasons. One of it possibly is just the need for people to ignorantly acquire weapons to say they want to protect themselves. And then one of it also is the reasons I've given you concerning conflict within the sub-region, which has made it possible for weapons to move within West Africa. And so such weapons find their way, taking the porosity of our borders into consideration. It makes it easier for any weapon to move from Cote d'Ivoire to Ghana, or to move from, say, Burkina Faso or Mali through Burkina Faso to Ghana. And they move from high concentrated area to low concentrated area because conflict is seasoned in those places. People who have it may not have incentive for owing them anymore, and they think that when you come to Ghana, you may have buyers because people will want to keep it for whatever reason. And Kumasi being a major trading or transit hub, people will want to use it to do it. So there are several reasons, and of course, the remotest one could also be elections. We have a lot of unemployed youth who, for instance, may want to eke out a living, and having been frustrated, will want to resort to some criminal act using weapons. Of course, that could explain the absence of armed robbery some time ago. So there are a myriad of reasons that account for influx of arms and of proliferation.
Right. Mr. Asantechu, many thanks for your time on News Desk this morning. And Johnson Asantechu is the Senior Programs Officer for the Small Arms Commission, and he's been on the phone lines with us, helping us understand quite a number of things as to why really there's such an increase in the proliferation of small arms in Ghana. We're taking a break here on News Desk. When we come back, we'll bring you business and sports. Stay with us.